Welcome, welcome. Hi, Sarah. Sarah's saying, hi, Skylar. Thank you for yesterday's reading. Can I have a love reading? Yep. Let's just start with our opening prayer and then I'll dive right in. O great spirit, Father, Sky, Mother, Earth, the winds, the waters, my Father, my Mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste. Okay, so I have my Romance Angels deck over here. So I haven't used these for a while for our readings. Let's play. Let's see what comes up. Okay, so Sarah. Okay, so the card that came up for you is Release Past Life Relationship. You have known each other before, and this past life that you had with your partner is stopping you from being able to be really present with who they are right now. It's actually really common for you to have past lives with your soulmate. The problem only arises when you are remembering your past connection and then your past is stopping you from being present with who they are now. You may have had a really good connection with them in a previous lifetime, but it's not working in this life. Or you may have had a negative connection with them in another life, but the connection is really working in this life. And that's where past lives and past karma can really kind of get in the way of present relationships. So I'm going to call in the Lords of Karma. I'm going to call Archangel Raziel, who's the angel that's in charge of the lifetimes and the secrets of the universe. And we're just going to do a cord cutting to this past life and just ask that it be completed, that the karma be balanced under the law of grace, and that it's no longer needed. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Seb is saying, hi, Sky. Hi, Sky. I would love my heart to be more open. Do the angels have any guidance or messages? Thank you. Well, since we're using the romance deck, let's see what's coming up. I'd love to have my heart more open. Okay, so you got two cards. This could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek. And the energy to reopening your heart is playfulness, to recapture romance. Allow your youthful spirit of fun to shine. So one of the things that happens when we've had our heart broken or when we've had a difficult relationship is that life becomes very sad. You know, we've lost the person that we've loved. Even if we're in a relationship with them, our life becomes trying to fix them or trying to change it or trying to return back to what was. So the angels are saying it's time to put everything else down and let yourself focus on joy and receiving play and really stepping into this energy of being grateful for the life that you have. And playfulness is a very powerful thing. If you struggle with play, there's a lot of courses that you can take to teach you how to play. Play with your children, play with your life, play with yourself. And I'm not just talking, you know, in any strange sexual ways, but that energy of enjoying being in your own company and having that excitement and that stimulation and that variety that comes from friendships and that comes from not being isolated. Because that's the other thing that can happen in toxic relationships is you become really, really isolated and sometimes really embarrassed, particularly if you invested a lot in that relationship or you were one of those people that, you know, is only hanging out with your partner now and you no longer have friends, you no longer have a social life, etc. You become very isolated, then the relationship doesn't work out and you have to, you know, kind of go back to the friend group. That can be really embarrassing and really mortifying and result in a lot of isolation. So let's just bring the angels in and get them to help clear this energy. So that you can have more play in your life. I'm going to bring in the angels of playfulness. And I'm going to bring in the romance angels. And I'm going to bring in Archangel Shamuel and just allow him to release all fears of giving and receiving love from your heart. Just breathe into that. Okay. Okay. Arvelina is saying, hi, Sky. Can I have a reading and advice from my guardian angels? Thank you. Okay, I'm getting sucked into a different card deck. I'm actually getting pulled towards our mermaids today. So let's see. We've got romance angels and mermaids. So romance angels and this one's upside down. Romance angels and mermaids is what we're being guided to work with today. So that's what we are doing. Let's have a look and see. Okay. The card that came up for you is friendship. Make a date for a play with one or more friends. So you can see, right, that there's a theme, and I think it's coming along with spring as well, of breaking out of isolation, of spending time with people that we love, of nurturing the community, and of allowing yourself to play with the imagination. This card is full of mer children. Right, mer children having like an imaginary tea party, and engaging in play of various ages, both with animals, right, and with each other. So it's sometimes some of you guys are spending more time with your animals than you are with human beings, period. So this is like the angels giving you a nudge and saying, look, the isolation is causing mental health issues. The isolation is causing you to be unhappy. Humans are just like animals, community creatures, right? We need our pack. We need our community. So let's just take a moment. We're going to call in Archangel Michael and the mermaids, and we're just going to vacuum away all this negative energy that you have towards meeting other people, talking to other people, connecting to other people. There we go. Any part of you that feels like you're different or you don't belong and it's just not worth it. This is just fear of rejection. It's okay to choose to spend time with people that like you and that you like, and they do exist. There we go. Okay. Kira, hey Sky. Hi Kira. Asma saying, hi beautiful. May I have a reading or a message from my angels? Yes, of course. Let's see. They're saying, okay. So the message that we're getting is divine magic. Extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Expect miracles. So let's just take a moment, because I can feel the mermaids coming in really strong. We're going to pull in the mermaids to just clear your unconscious mind of all the emotions making you feel that you don't have what you need. You need a bigger audience. You need a bigger email list. You need more people that love you. You need more support. All these parts of you like, well, I don't have what I need to be successful. Let's release all of that to Creator, because that belief will then manifest as you not having what you need to be successful. Right? So let's just release this belief and change it to, I have everything I need to be successful. Okay, it's looking a lot better. Lucia saying, good morning, Sky. Good morning, Lucia. Gabriella saying, dear Sky, can I please have a reading? Many thanks. Gabriella, yes, you can. Oh, okay, so we're jumping cards. So the card that you got, in keeping with our friendship theme this morning, is helpful person. Someone wants to help you. Think whom that might be and initiate contact. And you can see there are like 3 girlfriends hanging out inside this picture. And this is an energy of like these energy of like deep water, sort of hang out with people that aren't afraid of having deep conversations, of being able to be present with you in every in like your honest vulnerability. And there's a real I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm hearing. What I'm hearing is the angels are saying you're avoiding people because you know they're right and you don't want to hear it, and it's just delaying the inevitable. So stop avoiding people, and that includes therapists, coaches, friends. It's your family's job, your friend's job, your therapist's job to protect you. So if you are harming yourself with your actions, with your words, with your decisions, people that love you are not just going to sit there quietly and say, yeah, it's fine. They're going to sit down and have an intervention. They're going to sit down and have a conversation. So some of you are avoiding, right? The therapist, the healer, the friends, because you're like, I don't like, they don't like my boyfriend, or they don't like this job, or they don't like the situation. And the reality is you don't like it either, but you think you can't do any better, or you think you can't change it, or you think this is the best you're going to get, right? So anybody that's avoiding their friends or healers or therapists because they don't want to face the fact that they're unhappy, right? They wanted this to be something else. They wanted it to be the real thing or the one, and it's just not. Whether it's the job or the partner, and you're not ready to admit it to yourself yet, so you're avoiding everybody. Can we give you permission to grieve? Archangel Azrael's coming in so that you can be present with how you really feel and whether or not you're really happy. Okay, beautiful. Mattis is saying, hi, Mattis, so good to see you. If the angels want to say something to me, I'm all ears. Thank you for all the wisdom. Okay, Mattis, let's see what the angels have to say to you. Okay. Tranquility. Make time to relax, be still, and enjoy your solitude, indulging in much needed self care, and dream big. Let go of small thoughts of yourself and see yourself succeeding. So, this is the angels telling us that sometimes rest is a reset, and that when we're like trying to make things happen, make things happen, make things happen, our ego is in control, and it comes from a place of not being present with the miracles that God's already worked in our life. So sometimes God does a miracle, whether it's an instant healing for a disease, or whether it's an instant manifestation, or whether it's an instant resolution to a problem, or the end of a conflict, or you being favored and things going your way. And we don't meditate on the miracle. We don't meditate on what God has already done for us. And then our prayers are a reflection of our lack of faith instead of a reflection of, or a declaration of what God has already done. All right. So this one is God's way of saying, I've done so much for you already. Can you meditate on what I've already done so that you can build the faith that I will always do things for you? Right. I've done so much for you. There comes a point where you need to work on your lack of belief that I will keep performing miracles, or you have to work on this faith. And a huge part of you having faith is you being able to trust, is you being able to rest, is you being able to get out the way. And one of the things that always happens when I rest is that clients book in, workshops fill out, opportunities come in, because when I'm resting is when people can feel that I'm receptive. It's when people can feel that I'm available. It's when people can feel that I'm open. And then that's the signal that goes out into the universe. When I'm busy, people can feel that I'm not available. They can feel that I'm busy. They can feel that I don't have time, right? So resting just boosts that receptivity 1,000-fold. Okay, and dream big is really about you shifting into this space where So it's a space of self-sabotage. So when you don't believe that you can make a dream happen or that you can do it or that it's going to happen for you, you just don't put the time, the effort, the energy into doing it, right? The hard work will make you buckle. You won't be able to um you won't be able to commit at the level required because deep down you think it's a waste of your time. If you don't think you're going to get the result, then you're going to think that it's a waste of your time to put in the effort, the time, the money, into learning, whether it's a new skill or into actually taking action on what you've learned. Right. So it's only by shifting to the belief, and we're talking about fundamental faith here, that it's going to happen, that you actually put in the time, the energy, and the commitment, right, required to make it happen. It's one of the paradoxes of life. Okay. Love Shyness saying, "Hi Sky, Annie here. Can I ask about my recent interview yesterday? Any insights from the angels?" Let's see. See what they're going to say about your interview yesterday, Annie. Woo! Jumping card. Protection. You, your loved ones, and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. Right? So what this card tells me is that you are placing all of your safety in you getting this job interview. And that's putting a lot of pressure and a lot of tightness on the manifestation. So let's just take a minute. Let's just unplug your safety from the job interview and plug your safety into God. Right? Your financial safety comes from God. Your emotional safety comes from God. Your physical safety comes from God. It's generated from within. Okay, that's looking good. So think about it with me manifestation wise for a minute. If energetically you're going, I really need this job, I really need the money, I really need this job, right? To be able to pay my bills. That's a very different vibration. And it's a very selfish vibration. Sorry, guys, but it is. Okay. It's all about you. When you're going for a job from a place of, I'm good at this, and I can do this job well for you and for your company. I have the skills that are required. I would be an asset. I would give a lot of value. I would enjoy it. I'd be really grateful, right? I'm excited about this job. That's coming from a place of service. That's coming from a place of empowerment. That's coming from a place of excitement instead of exhaustion. So let's switch the energy to this for this job application to this, right? That I'm good at this, that I am of service, that I can bring value, right? And that I'm going to be grateful. There we go. Okay, it's looking good. Okay, my serenity now, Lauren. Okay, hi Lauren. I left my abusive husband and took the kids last week. Wow, good for you. Fled his country and I'm finally back in the US. Am I in any danger of him or legally? Okay, I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna pull one for the mermaids deck for you. Oh, and that we've already got a jump. So the first card that jumped for you from the mermaids deck is watch your thoughts. It's important to think about only what you desire, not what you fear. So this is like manifestation time. Now that you're back in the US and now that you're safe, how do you want the separation to go? How do you want the separation to go? I don't want you to give so much power to him, because that's what this card is saying. I want you to really design your divorce, right? Divinely design your divorce. That is what I'm asking you to do. How do you want the separation to go for your highest and best good and for the highest and best good of the children? Not based on an ideal reality, like of him changing and of him being a good father and of him stepping up and stopping abusing, based on who he is right now. What is for the highest and best good? If nothing changes, what's for the highest best good of the children? What's for the highest and best good of you? And things like getting in touch with a good divorce attorney now, things like with putting a financial order inside the divorce so that he can't come after you if you start to be successful, if you start to make money before the kids grow up. Really like getting in, clearing this energy of guilt around I've done something wrong by putting myself and my children first, or taking us out of this abusive relationship. And if I pull one from the card deck, the Romance Angels card deck. Okay, so you got the trust card. Okay, the situation is calling for you to have faith, let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. Okay, so this is definitely a legal situation, and I'm really getting like a really strong pull from your angels to stay really, really calm, to enter. So let's just take a few deep breaths so that we can just calm you down. It's been a lot of traveling, right? There's been jet lag. There's been a lot of nerves that you wouldn't get caught, that you wouldn't be able to get away. Been a lot of fear. You finally arrived. Let's just release the fear of persecution. Give you the courage to take the next steps, right? To get legal help, to get financial help, to make yourself and your kids feel secure, to do the self-care, right? To exercise, to shower, to have some fun, to get really grounded, to get enough sleep. Start putting healthy habits in place. There we go. Whew. And you've not felt safe in this relationship for decades. So let's just release this feeling of constantly walking on eggshells, all of this PTSD, and give you permission to get the support and the coaching and the healing that you need. Okay. Okay. Sachin is saying, any advice from our messages from my angels? Let's see what they're saying today. Oh, jumping cards. Ready, set, go. Now is the perfect moment to dive in and embrace your heart's desire. So divine action, divine action, divine action. You're procrastinating. This card comes up when people are procrastinating. So please stop, right? Stop procrastinating and do what you're being divinely guided to do, right? Whether that's getting on social media, whether that's going and getting healing or a massage or therapy, whether that's hanging out with friends, which has been one of our biggest themes today, right? Go and do what you're being divinely guided to do, whether that's writing the website or the blog post or it doesn't matter, but get on it, right? Get on it. With you, they're actually showing me something to do with getting a book together. You're procrastinating on getting a book together, my darling, so it's time. Okay, Sarah Duran, gratitude. Wondering if there's messages on how to move forward with my health. I've been working on chronic health, but sometimes feel there's something deeper. Okay, I'm going to pull a card for you. You've definitely come to the right place. Sarah, I'm being shown liver again. We had like 4 bits of divine guidance from the angels about liver. I'm being shown liver flush, liver flush, liver flush. Okay. divine magic. Extra magical energy surrounds your situation right now. Expect miracles. More information is needed. Contact someone with expertise in your area. So you're being guided to trust that you're correct, right? You are getting guided to talk to a medical intuitive, to talk to a health professional, right? Um, and you're in the right place considering I founded a school for teaching medical intuition and I certify medical intuitives every single year. Liver is a very powerful one. So whenever we have stones and things inside our liver, it's because our anger is blocking our divine power. And nutrition is a major lever when it comes to creating the kind of health that we're looking for. The two things that we really work on is resolving unresolved trauma and implementing the healthy lifestyle choices that actually work with your life, because obviously everybody's different. Whilst for somebody, Pilates might work, somebody else, it has to be weight training, somebody else, it has to be walking, and it has to be able to work in the most stressful environments that you're going to face. Same thing with your food and your meal choices and prep and things like that, right? So it's that energy of being willing to look at the traumas. If you've been dealing with a chronic health issue, what that tells me is that you are still living in a very stressful situation. So the trauma is not, whenever we have chronic health, it's not always just about something that happened in the past. It's a consistent pattern, normally of self-neglect that's still going on, normally because of a neglect wound inside our childhood that we are still perpetrating as an adult. I just released a wounds document to my medical intuitive class with more than 28, I think, different core wounds that they can work on in order to resolve um, diseases inside the wounded healer archetype. So you're very much correct that you're working on a neglect wound, but you need support. So part of the issue, it's ironic, right? When we've been through abuse, we don't believe anybody else can help us, and we also don't trust anybody else to help us. And then obviously that's what manifests, and that's the way that abuse kind of blocks survivors from getting the help that is required. So let's just take a moment, because you got consultant expert and you got divine magic, to release your blocks to consulting an expert. You are worthy, right? You are worthy of the help. You are worthy of the support. You are worthy of the investment required. I remember being so angry. And the fact that I'm remembering that means that that's what's going on. So we're going to get Archangel Michael to come in. Release your anger at needing to pay someone to help you with a disease. Okay. Korea is saying, I have a fantastic new job, which is near home, but I have a little worry fear. Why is this? Any advice or messages from the angels? Thank you. So what I'm getting is that we're back to worthiness. Where I'm getting is that you don't feel like you deserve to have a good job. So let's just bring in the mermaids and the angels and clear up your belief that you're not worthy of your good. Something's going to come and take it away from you. All the times where you were blindsided by narcissistic abuse, all the time where you were blindsided by a sibling or a parent or a teacher taking away something good that happened to you. Let's release all of those traumas now. Nice deep breaths into the light so that we can actually enjoy the opportunities that we've manifested. Well done, Kira. Ooh. Ooh. There we go. Okay, Lucia saying, can I have a reading on my third eye? What do I need to work on to work up my psychic abilities? Let's see what they're saying. Oh, I'm actually getting pulled to the romance deck. So that's something to do with a relationship that closed your third eye in this life or another one. The card that we got is Love Yourself First. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So when we look at this in relation to third eye, what it's saying is that you're afraid of seeing the truth, right? So love yourself first is being able to see yourself in a loving way. When your third eye opens, you suddenly have access to a lot of information, people's fears, people's desires, people's thoughts, people's futures, people's pasts. You have access to a lot of information. And if you are looking at that information with eyes of fear instead of eyes of love, right? Then people often find their clairvoyance overwhelming, and they also find it like difficult to control. So the basically what they're telling you is to please work on self-love so that you are able to see the truth, right? The reason why people are blocked, the reason why they're stuck, their traumas and what happened to them, the reason why they make the bad and the good choices that they make through eyes of love instead of through eyes of judgment. That's a big piece that you're being asked to do. And the other one is it's like worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. So it's this energy of it's worth trusting that very often gifts are like divine timing. So my gifts kicked in when I was 17 17ish, and I would never have gone, I never went looking for them. I went to get a Reiki session because my health was bad and I just popped. I really just popped. I started seeing things, hearing things, and I had to completely adjust my model of reality to what I was experiencing, because my model of reality was very traditional, was very normal, was very um was very only what I can see exists. So I had to shift that model. So they're asking you to work on the loving yourself and the seeing without judgment, and trust that it's this, like your clairvoyance opening up to a higher level is a divine timing, and that it's going to be happening soon. But until then, work on being able to see others with love, because right now you're seeing others through eyes of resentment, and that's blocking your vision very often. And I see this a lot with healers. They're scanning people, or it's particularly their own families, their boyfriends, um their friends, because they want to fix them. The person is behaves in a way that they don't like, and they want to change them, and that is an abuse of your psychic abilities, right? The person didn't ask for a scan, they haven't asked for your help, and you are then looking into their energy field, their past, their track, to figure out what traumas are keeping them stuck. It's a violation of someone's privacy, right? And you're not doing it from a place of love. You're doing it from a place of, this person isn't lovable unless they change. I can't love them unless they change, which is not from a place of unconditional love. What we say is, I want to help, but what you're doing is violating their free will and crossing some energetic boundaries. Okay. So anywhere where we're taking control and where it's blocking us from being able to see the situation clearly, anywhere where we don't love ourselves and then we're not able to love others. And that's the truth. Your capacity to love others will end, right? As a direct mirror of your capacity to love yourself. If you can't love yourself unconditionally and who you are, then you won't be able to love other people unconditionally. Period. Conditional love for yourself always manifests as conditional love for others. Ooh, there we go. Okay. Successful Me is saying, hi, Skylar. Can I have a reading, please? Yes, you can. We're back to our mermaids deck. Card I got for you is Blessed Change. Whoop. There we go. Blessed Change. A major life change brings you great blessings. So this mermaid's upside down, right? And you can see she's like at the bottom of the ocean, even though there's a lot of light coming through. And you may feel like your life is upside down right now. You've probably been blindsided by a few things, and the angels are saying, start affirming that the change is a blessing and that only good things will come from this. So, whenever you get a change that you weren't expecting or that's a bit out of the blue, just keep affirming, this change is a blessing. Only good things come from this situation. This change is a blessing. Only good things come from this situation. This protects you and ensures that only good things come from this situation. Okay, that's a pretty important one. Okay, Oana's saying, hi, Sky. I've been sick for a few days. My head and whole body is hurting. Any insight, please? Dream big. Let go of small thoughts of yourself and see yourself succeeding. So, what you're facing is the part of you that doesn't believe you can do it. And that's the bit that's causing the headaches and your whole body to hurt. This is such a strong shadow part of you because you really don't believe that you can do it. And it's because of trauma that you went through in your childhood, and that you're being asked to go back, and your whole body is going into worthiness, right? Because viruses are worthiness, but headaches are your body's way of getting you to rest and taking time for yourself. So, literally, the angels are asking to let go of small thoughts of yourself and to do the healing for you to be able to see yourself succeeding. Okay, for you to be able to see yourself succeeding. I'm going to bring in Archangel Raphael and ask for an instant healing for your headache and for your body as well, and to help you find the courage to work on your saboteurs so that you can shift from not believing in yourself to believing in yourself. If you don't believe in yourself, it comes from the moments in your childhood where you weren't believed, right? So when you guys know that I'm an immigrant. So we moved from Brazil to Scotland when I was 4 years old, and my father was the one that got offered work in the UK. But I was the only dark haired, dark skinned kid at my school. And this led to a lot of bullying. And it also led to me being set up for a lot of things. I remember some of the kids putting the teacher's pens or rubbers inside my backpack and hiding it so I didn't know, and then telling the teacher that I'd stolen her stuff. I remember um, quite a few times going to the bathroom to pee and having them try and kick the door down so that they could make fun of me with my pants down. So there was a lot of times where I was being very badly bullied, but when I told the teacher, nobody believed me, right? So this energy of not being believed then leads to you not believing in yourself. There was a few other times. One was when I was a teenager and I was really getting into art and drawing, and I remember showing it to um, an adult that was very important to me at the time, and them saying, you couldn't possibly have drawn this yourself. You just don't have that kind of talent, right? And the same thing with me working very hard on my creative writing, because I loved reading and I loved books, but I'm dyslexic and dysgraphic, right? So I had to work really hard, like really, really hard, to become a good reader and a good writer. But it was worth it for me because I loved reading, and I always listened to a lot of books on tape, because my mum used to buy all the books with the tape, and that really helped my reading and my language skills as well. And I remember, after months of working with an English tutor and working on my reading and my writing skills, handing in my first essay, right, after a whole summer's worth of work to change my ability, and the teacher going, you didn't write this, this is not you. So very often, and then my mum had to go into the school, and so did my English tutor, to explain why the quality of my work had increased. But that energy of, we don't believe you when you tell the truth, whether it's because you were sexually abused or emotionally abused, or because you changed how you worked, and this energy of people setting you up, whether it's a sibling or a bully or a parent, because that happens as well, right? This stops us then, this manifests as an adult who does not believe in themselves, okay? Who does not believe in themselves. So let's just take a moment to do a healing on that. Because you need to believe in you. It's not other people that need to believe in you. It's you that need to believe in you. It's you that need to have your own back in your own corner. It's you that needs to be there for yourself. Okay, that's doing good. Seb is saying, thank you so much for the guidance. I've been feeling more playful lately. That's your angels helping you out. I'll be bringing my husband into it too. I think he's going to enjoy that. I have a feeling that had a sexy vibe to it. I'm glad that had a sexy vibe to it. Ward is saying, hello, hi, Ward. Sepral is saying, hi, Sky. Can I please have a reading? Of course you can, darling. Let's have a look. Whoop! Jumping card. And we have the worthiness card, the worthiness card, the worthiness card. So the message on this card is that you know that you deserve to receive good in all ways. So I think you guys are picking up on the fact that this is kind of like I'm doing even more worthiness work and even more receiving work at the moment. And one of the things that's coming up for me, right, is the little things, the little ways that I neglect myself. And the little things like before this week, I was only like doing my makeup or doing my hair when somebody was coming over. There was a special event because apparently I don't deserve to feel beautiful or attractive unless somebody else is coming over, right? Um, I was not when I was little, things like I remember my mom taking me out to buy my first like face cream or beauty cream, and it was expensive. By expensive, I mean it was like $10 or £15. It was like the Nivea cream. And I remember being so afraid that I would finish it and then she would have to buy more, and that by her buying more, the family was not going to have enough, not enough food, not enough resources. And I'm not sure where that came from, but I know it was really strong. So I would take like only a tiny little bit of the cream and I would try and spread it out across my face. And the result was by the time I left home to go to university, I was 17 when I went off to university. I still hadn't finished that tub of face cream, but I just wasn't moisturizing my face, period. And I had like dry patches and, you know, all sorts of things that I would never have had if I just used the skin cream that had been provided for me. Same thing with shampoo. I wouldn't use enough shampoo, and then my hair was getting damaged because I was a swimmer and there was chlorine. So these little things that I was denying myself, right? The proper food, the proper care. I would buy like I would like an outfit and then I'd only buy one part of that outfit. I'd buy the top or the jacket or the shoes, but I wouldn't buy the outfit because I wasn't worth investing in, right? And I could make do with just the smaller amount. So I was really working on that recently. And as this card comes up for you, that's the energy that I'm getting, is that you are denying yourself proper self-care. You're not dressing yourself properly. You're not feeding yourself properly. Um, you're not putting any energy into nurturing or taking care of your body, period, or of your appearance. And you think it's about being, I suppose, financially savvy or being a hard worker, but really it's about you feeling like you're not worthy of self-care until you achieve a certain financial level or a certain level of success. I'm just going to neglect myself until, right? Until I make enough money, until I'm thin enough, until I've got the grades, until these people like me. So can we just release this neglect wound, right? That's causing this worthiness issue. Okay. Let's do this. Sing a song and sing, hi Sky, I have some acne and sometimes chest. Can you please tell me what it is? My hair or something I'm eating? What can I do to stop it once and for all? I'm immediately seeing dairy. So something you're eating has hidden dairy in it, and that's definitely what's causing the acne and the chest. But it's you've got some kind of a dairy allergy going on. Okay, and that's what's causing the extra mucus in your lungs, and what's causing the issues with the acne and the extra inflammation. So I would go and get an allergy test or an intolerance test because it's slightly different, and then you can try the elimination diet where you live without dairy for a few months. dandelion, milk thistle, these herbs will really support your liver in functioning, and they'll make sure um, they'll help with taking the burden off your skin to detox you so much. One of the dark things about milk is that it contains so many hormones, particularly animal hormones. If you imagine how much hormones human milk contains, right? Because it's full of hormones to help a baby grow. Cow's milk is exactly the same. It's full of hormones to help a baby cow become an adult cow. But it's not just from one mother, right? It's the milk of 1,000 cows that's then put in a vat and pasteurized together. So your body has to like release and detox from a lot of hormones. So let's just take a moment to help it release all those hormones in the highest and best way. And we're just going to command a liver healing. Kira saying belief is a big thing. Yeah, self-belief is a huge thing. If you don't believe in your program or product, right, you will not recommend it to other people. You will not talk well about it. You will not sell it, and then it will fail. And you'll blame it on you and the program not being correct, but the reality is you didn't believe in it, right? If you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to change your diet and put in an exercise plan or get help from a medical intuitive or a naturopath because you don't believe you can do it anyway. So why would you invest all that time or energy? It's a waste of effort. If you don't believe that you can be independent and that you deserve to be loved, you're going to stay in the toxic marriage. So if you're looking for other people to believe in you, the person that needs to believe in you is you. Right? And you need to go and have a look at the traumas, whether it's past life, ancestral, inner child, that are blocking you from believing in yourself. Okay. Gabrielle saying, "Hi Sky, could you please help? I feel stuck and not quite know what I'm doing wrong or not doing. Thank you so much in advance." Okay, let's see what the mermaids have to say for you, Gabriella. Worthiness card again, right? So there's a real strong message from your mermaids here. They're like, they're not listening to me. I'm just going to keep giving them this card until they listen to me. You guys are going, "Oh, it's too simple, but I've worked on my worthiness." Shut up. Just shut up. You haven't gone deep enough with this, right? Marianne Williamson used to say to me when I went to her course in miracles, she used to come and do events in London for alternatives. And I used to go and listen to her talks. And then I bought like a million of them on Audible as well. But I used to go and listen to her talks live. And one of the things she said in almost every single one of her talks was, "Are you playing it shallow or are you playing it deep?" If you don't think worthiness is a deep issue, right, then you're not going to go deep with it. You're not going to go deep with it. Okay. So if you don't go deep with it, you're always going to be stuck. Guess what? On worthiness. And worthiness is your capacity to deserve your good and to receive your good. And that's when, even if you manifest it, you'll block it, right? And it's like when I was asked to start teaching theta healing, and then I was like, I'm not sure that I'm ready. It's when I am offered to go on the news or media, and I was like, yeah, I'm not ready. It's when somebody offers you a book contract, if you can just get another 100 followers, and you suddenly start procrastinating on your social media. It's when you're trying to get pregnant and you think you're not going to be a good mother, so you never track your fertility or your cycles, and you eat like crap and you stop sleeping so that you can sabotage getting pregnant. Worthiness is a big deal. Okay, worthiness is a big deal. If you do not think you deserve it, if you do not think you deserve a loving partner, if you do not think you deserve a 6-figure or 7-figure business, if you do not think you deserve to be gorgeous and beautiful and accomplished, if you do not think that you deserve your good, then you are going to be right. Okay, so worthiness is a big deal. Please, 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 right? Work on your worthiness, because you deserve to have it all. You deserve to have all of your dreams, and you're capable of it. But first, you have to really believe you're worthy, or you're going to block it or attack it or sabotage it. There we go. Now, one of the things that I think, like, your angels are telling me, and I'm hearing laughter in the background as I'm about to say this, because I don't think they thought I was brave enough, but I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna give you the message, is that Particularly when we're working on the theme of worthiness, right? Um, I'm just going to get exactly what they're trying to say. Particularly when you're working on the theme of worthiness, you are often working on wholeness, right? And feeling whole in all of your stages, feeling whole in all of your seasons. And what we often do is we manifest the thing that we want, and then we're like, well, I didn't really want it, or this is harder than I thought, and I'm overwhelmed, or I can't really sustain it, right? And we don't understand that every blessing comes with a higher level of responsibility, a higher level of service, and a higher level of commitment and devotion to the divine. So you're clever enough to know, for example, that if you have another baby, or if you start a business, or if you take responsibility for your health or for your finances, that that requires taking on a higher level of responsibility, right? Now, you are worth taking care of, and you are worth the trouble. And this is where sometimes the trauma from childhood comes in, because if your parents told you that you weren't worth it, you were a burden, right? You weren't worth the trouble it was to raise you or take care of you, and they wish they never had you, then you are going to tell yourself that you're not worth the trouble. You're not worth the investment. You're not worth the commitment. You're not worth the time, because that is what you faced in your childhood. Okay. So can we just change that so that you can really let go of the past? You are worth the investment. You are worth the time. You are worth the trouble. And they only told you that because somebody told them that. It's just trauma. It's not truth. Okay. I'm going to do one more. Love and shine say, thank you. You're so right. This morning I got up thinking I'm an asset for them if they choose me. Yeah. It's that, it just keeps saying, that's what you energetically want to communicate. I'm an asset. I'm a value. If, what's it called? If you choose me, I'm going to really take care of you and take care of your company. I'm going to really increase the level at which the company can function at. That's the energy you want to keep putting out. Mattis is saying, you're so right. Yeah. The receiving is, it's good to master. Thank you, Skylar. That was incredibly powerful. That you're welcome, beautiful. Kira saying thank you so much. Lucia saying thank you so much. Okay, I can see that there's a few of these scammers going, hey, you've been selected to get a free reading. Message me or send me a friend request. Guys, please don't answer these people. This is not me and this is not my staff. Okay, the only two people that I have is Lucy and Hera. So this person who's coming up as Martinez, we're going to block them, but they're not me or my team. And these readings aren't free. They're designed to get personal information for you so people can commit fraud. Okay. So we're applying for everything that we need to be applying for behind the scenes so that we can shut down these other accounts. But until then, please be very, very careful. I'm not going to message you offering you free readings, because I, believe it or not, I'm giving you free readings, and I also don't gatekeep this kind of spiritual information. You guys are coming for angel readings, so I'm not going to gatekeep the important messages spirit has for you. Okay, I'm definitely not going to make you come into my DMs and beg for spiritual information. It's not who I am. It's not how I work. Okay, Marina's saying, can I have some guidance on my living situation? Having to move soon and doing know where to go, staying in London or leaving to another part of the UK or other country, feeling a bit lost, like there's no place for me anywhere. My love, you've got to work on healing homelessness trauma. I can see your parents arguing. I can see you feeling like you had nowhere to go and you kind of having to go to friends' houses or stay later at school, or it's like invisible homelessness. And now it's like you don't have a place where you belong in the world because you weren't made be able to belong in your own home. So it's about healing the homelessness trauma. Your angels are telling me that you need to like take a retreat, but stay in London. So this energy of including more holidays, but staying in London so that you can still have your community and so you can build your career and you can still have exposure. Okay. 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 Lucia says, "You're right. I studied to be a healer and I could not see anything. I feel like I was making things up, so I gave up. I'm so happy I came this morning. Everything you said had a message for me." Oh, Lucia, you're very, very welcome. Kayava is saying, "Can you still pull a card for me?" Okay, one last one before I have to go and work. Instead of procrastinating with you guys doing my angel cards. Okay. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Jumping card. Okay, so the cards that I got for you is reconciliation, right? Someone from your past is returning into your life. And the other card that I got for you is wedding, right? This involves a marriage. So it's definitely, definitely around romance coming up for you. And I'm not sure if it's through you're going to meet them by going to a friend's wedding or getting invited to a wedding, but you're definitely going to meet another partner there, and there's going to be a chance for reconciliation. I'm just going to pull one more card for you just to make sure. Yeah, heart-to-heart conversations. So the angels are kind of saying, can you please get clear on what you need to make a relationship compatible? What values do you need your partner to have? What kind of a parent do they want to be? Where do they want to raise their children? Are they okay with you being a stay-at-home mom or being a working mom? Like these really deep conversations that you need to have with yourself before you get thrown back into this reconciliation, so you can figure out if this relationship is going to work and you don't get your heart broken. Okay, let's do our closing prayer. O great spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my father, my mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate for our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste.